Okay, team modes, playoffs, two. Yeah, maybe we'll play as Phoenix this time. Don't forget to do this time. Yeah, the rating's good. Hope it holds up here. Look at that, I can mess with some of this stuff. Huh, interesting. Hot cold players, okay. A little bit new. I'm ready to get started though.
Coming to you live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio. It's the deciding game of the Western quarterfinals between the San Antonio Spurs and the Phoenix Suns. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr.
Phoenix has got to pull out all the stops here tonight, Marv. It's a one-game series. It's do or die.
Starting at guard, number 20, Manu Ginobili. Starting at forward, number 21, Tim Duncan.
All right, we are underway. Here's Nash. The Suns control. Yes.
That's great hustle there, Marv. You've got to love the effort, the offensive putback following the rebound.
Here's the pass. Here's Duncan. Here's the switch. Open opportunity. And Steve Nash takes advantage.
He can make that one in his sleep, Marv. I mean, that's his comfort zone, and I don't care what you do defensively. If he gets in that spot, he's going to make that 9 times out of 10.
Here's the switch and scores.
Well, as a coach, I mean, that's what you want. You want to get players in areas where they're comfortable, and you know, guys that talented and that good, they're going to make a high percentage of those shots.
Parker at the point. Nice pass inside. Rejected. Rejected. O'Neal puts the speed on.
Excellent penetration there, Marv. He gets into the lane and finishes the play.
Here's Ginobili.
Boy, we've seen him make that shot so often from that spot. That's one of the areas on the floor that he just loves. Even with the defense all over him, he's able to drain it.
Parker finds the room. And Tony Parker misfires. Nash with the open shot.
Well, he had numbers in transition. I thought he could have gotten a layup and really settled for a poor shot.
O'Neal with room. That's a 10-2 run for the Suns.
Well, things are getting a little out of hand, Marv. I think this club needs a timeout because if they're not careful, they're going to get blown right out of here.
Nash with room for three.
Marv, I can't believe he pulled up and took that shot. He could have had a much easier attempt at the basket.
The Suns will get it back.
I don't know how this club expects to get back into the game if they continue to throw the ball around and not value each possession. They need solid execution if they're going to get back into it.
Delivery to Bowen. Duncan looking for the open man. He fires from downtown. Rebound by O'Neal. Here come the Suns. So at the end of the first quarter, the Suns lead by 14. Steve, what a surprising performance when you think this club has been on this long road trip. They're going back-to-back, and usually on the final game of a road trip, teams are just happy to get out of there and get home.
Yeah, an inspired effort here by this club, Marv. This is exactly how they wanted to get out of the blocks. They shot the ball well. They were terrific in transition. Now the big thing is they've got to try to maintain this lead.
Nash has the hot hand. The second quarter is finished. The Suns lead by 23. Three-quarters of this one have been played. The Suns lead by 27. Live from the U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix, it's the deciding game of the Western semifinals between the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with Steve Kerr.
Phoenix has to really play well here tonight, Marv. It's a one-game series. It's single elimination. They've got to pull out all the stops.
Starting at center, number 32, Shaquille O'Neal. Starting at forward, number 1.
All right, we're getting started. Terry on a quick release from downtown. Here's Hill. And the field goal.
Transition offense, Marv, begins with a defensive stop, but it's finished by a good outlet pass and a great push up the floor.
Nash off-balance shot.
Beautiful execution there, Marv. You got to love the game plan. And this team is getting guys the ball in areas where they're comfortable, and even with that shot contested, it doesn't matter. That's automatic.
Nash to the pull-up. And Steve Nash right back.
This club really playing with a purpose now, Marv, getting good shots. Even when they're contested, they're getting guys the ball where they really love it.
Oh, a flamboyant finish.
No, that's what you want, Marv. Try to create some easy points in the first half. Get yourself going a little bit. Find some momentum.
The jumper is off the mark.
I don't know if you could do anything differently defensively, Marv. They got a hand up. They contested the shot, but boy, does he love that area of the floor.
Delivery to Howard. Howard gets it inside. They double up. Nowitzki able to get the shot off.
It's a beautiful shot there.
Nash off balance.
Anytime you're trying to establish yourself during the game, or a couple things you can do. Get to the free throw line, get a couple of free throws, or get to a spot where you're very comfortable. Your favorite spot on the floor, knock down a shot, really get your rhythm going.
And gets the friendly roll. That's a 10-2 run for the Suns.
Well, they've got to do anything necessary now, Marv, to stop the bleeding. This game's getting a little away from them. Time to stop this run and get this game back under control.
And Jason Terry able to knock it home. Dampier with the move, and he puts it down.
Nice job by the defender, Marv, kind of hiding behind the offensive player and then stepping in at the last second to make that steal.
Not able to hit the three. It's a 3-on-2. Here's Howard.
They've got to tighten up their defense there, Mark. Poor rotation.
Now they go back to the other side. O'Neal accelerating.
I love the way he uses his speed to get into the paint.
Four-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Nowitzki with a quick release.
Good ball movement, good spacing, excellent offense. And Mark, that's a shot he's going to hit more times than not.
Bass rebounds. Here's Terry. Yes. And it's a backcourt violation. The Mavericks control. At the end of the first quarter, the score is tied. Steve, I don't know if the coaches will be happy with what they saw in this high-scoring first quarter, but certainly an entertaining brand of basketball.
Well, I know the fans enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, Marv. They were pushing the ball in transition. A lot of ball movement, a lot of player movement, everybody in rhythm offensively. That's entertaining basketball.
Kidd giving no room. And Steve Nash with the bucket. Steve, from the defender's point of view, it is so difficult to deal with Steve Nash. Do you play for the outside shot? Do you play for the penetration?
And that's the dilemma, Marv, because regardless of what you do, he's got the counter. And I think what most teams try to do is not let him get to the hoop, but he'll stand outside and knock down 25-footers all day.
Here's Kidd. Yes. Dampier coming on. Nice pass inside. Nowitzki fires.
Mark, they need to be alert and sharp offensively, and that's certainly not the case there.
And rebounded by Terry. The Suns will get it back. A minute and a half remaining in the second. Suns up by 7. Kidd gets it down low, and Jason Kidd with the assist. For 3, and Steve Nash showing the outside touch. Kidd running the club. Here's Kidd, and Jason Kidd able to hit. Final minute of the quarter. Suns up by 6. Nash again from downtown. Here's Terry, and Jason Terry got the roll.
Fantastic penetrating move to the rim, Marv.
Kidd finding room, and Jason Kidd not able to hit.
Marv, that's the kind of shot you have to make if you want to come back from this kind of deficit.
And gets the friendly rim. 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. We're down to 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Suns up by 12. He hit it. That's an 8-0 run for the Suns.
Marv, they've got to find a way to get back in this game, either a timeout or a solid offensive possession.
Howard with the shot. Here's Dampier. And Eric Dampier able to knock it down. That's the end of quarter number 2. The Suns lead by 15. The Suns with an excellent first half, Steve. What do they have to do to build on the lead?
Well, I think they need solid offensive execution, Marv. That will lead to good shots and a nice tempo to the game. The other thing I've got my eye on is foul trouble, Marv. They've got to keep their best players out on the floor.
Kidd looking to set up. Here's Kidd, and Jason Kidd got the roll.
Smart move there, Marv. When you're down, it's important to really be aggressive. Get something attacking towards the rim in the paint, and that might jumpstart this club.
Open opportunity. Off the mark. Dampier with the open shot. Here's the double. And Shaquille O'Neal with the driving hook. Kidd looking for the open man. Here's Nowitzki.
Well, he got that thing to go, Marv, but I'm not so sure that that was a good shot. In fact, you can see his coach talking to him right now.
Terry gets it over. Here's Howard, and scores.
Wow, what a shot, Marv, under duress, but you have to like the defensive intensity that this club is showing here tonight.
Yes! Kidd working at the point. Oh, the steal! Hill off balance. The Suns will get it back.
Boy, mistakes like that, Marv, make it very difficult to climb back into a ball game when you're trailing. This is a team that has to start valuing the basketball in every possession.
Nice entry pass. And Dirk Nowitzki draws the foul. Nowitzki at the line for the first time. Dirk Nowitzki, Steve, originally a first-round pick of the Milwaukee Bucks and acquired by Dallas. What a move by Don Nelson.
Well, he poses so many matchup problems for the opposition. You can see he can step out to the perimeter and knock down the long-range shot, or drive past the defense and get all the way to the rim.
Open opportunity, and stuffs. That's a 9-1 run for the Suns.
Marv, sometimes the game just goes this way. I think this team has actually played hard. They've played well. They just have not been able to get any shots to go down.
Nash has the hot hand.
Marv, I love the way this team continues to attack. Even with a lead, they're not holding back one bit.
Kidd working up high. So that puts Dallas in the bonus. O'Neal on the rebound. 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Hill firing.
Well, this is atrocious coaching. You're getting pounded, and you just continue to allow your team to get beaten to a pulp without calling a timeout. Unbelievable.
Here's Cherry. Bell able to reach for it. Final seconds, and he'll fire it up from beyond half court. And here we have the end of the third quarter. The Suns lead by 25. Steve, as this fourth quarter gets underway, you have to wonder about the lackluster road effort that we've seen here tonight.
Well, this is really disappointing to me, Marv, because I expected a much better effort out of this club. And to me, what I've seen is a group of individuals trying to get their own numbers. I mean, it's more than about yourself. It's about the team, and I think this club needs to learn that lesson.
Let me write that down. More than about yourself
than the team. Yeah, got it? You should learn that lesson yourself.
2.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Suns up by 25. And Grant Hill with 10 points. Here's Cherry. Bell able to pull it back.
No, that's good. You contest one shot out of 20.
Kidd on a catch and shoot. Here's Bell, and Roger Bell knocks down the three. Kidd setting it up. Here's Nowitzki, and Dirk Nowitzki with 13 points. That was a three-point attempt, unable to knock it down. Nice pass inside. A minute and a half remaining in the fourth. Suns up by 27. And Grant Hill with 12 points. Kidd looking for the open man. And the field goal. O'Neal looking for the opening. Open shot. And Jason Terry with 12 points. 1 minute remaining in this fourth quarter. Suns up by 27. And Steve Nash hits the three. Open opportunity. And Dirk Nowitzki got the roll. Kidd ends up with it. And that's a 3-second violation. Two-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Here's the switch. He fires from downtown, and Steve Nash feeling it. And that's a backcourt violation. For three, yes. And he flings it. Nash able to hustle it down. Time has run out on this one. The final score is 87-53.
The Suns will move on after a convincing victory here tonight.
This is Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr saying so long from the U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix. Coming to you live from Staples Center in Los Angeles, it's the deciding game of the Western Finals between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr.
Phoenix can't afford any lapses here tonight, Marv. It's a one-game series with a trip to the finals on the line.
Starting at forward, number 7, Lamar Odom. Starting at center, number 16, Pau Gasol. Starting at guard, number 24, Kobe Bryant.
They're ready to go. Fisher at the
Are you serious? It froze. Fantastic. Well, I guess it froze the beginning of it, so that's good at least. Oh. Alright, we'll pick this up later, I guess, then. Alright, guys, that'll do it for now for NBA Live 09. Alright, we're back. PSP froze before. Thankfully at the start of a match and not like in the middle of it. But we'll be fine. Alright, let's get it going.
Live from Staples Center in Los Angeles, it's the deciding game of the Western Finals between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albin, along with Steve Kerr.
Phoenix can't afford any lapses here tonight, Marv. It's a one-game series with a trip to the finals on the line.
Starting at forward, number 7, Lamar Odom.
We already saw that since
All
it
right,
froze
getting started.
after we started.
Here's Fisher.
I think it froze after we started.
O'Neal able to hustle it down.
Was it not in the mat? Oh well.
Here's O'Neal.
Well, that's what you want, Marv. Try
Damn
to
it, Dan.
create
It's no
some
big deal
easy
now.
points in the
We're
first
going.
half. Get yourself going a little bit. Find some momentum.
Nice entry pass. And Lamar Odom could not finish.
That's about all you could hope for there, Marv. A nice attempt, easy shot, just couldn't convert.
Nice pass inside. And Pau Gasol able to hit.
Marv, he hit a terrific shot there, but you see the defense contesting that attempt. If they continue to do that all night, they'll be fine defensively.
And Steve Nash knocks down the three.
I don't know if you could do anything differently defensively, Marv. They got a hand up. They contested the shot, but boy, does he love that area of the floor.
Radmanovich got it down low.
They've got to tighten up their defense there, Marv. Poor rotation.
Here's Nash. And Steve Nash able to knock it down.
This club really playing with a purpose now, Marv. Getting good shots. Even when they're contested, they're getting guys the ball where they really love it.
Nash with the open shot. Steve Nash, a player who always seems to put himself in the right position.
Well, he does everything a shooter should do, Marv. He has great balance. He holds that follow-through up high, and he gets a nice high arc on that shot.
Nash fires. Yes. A minute remaining in the quarter. Suns up by 8. Nice entry pass. Bell takes all the way.
Beautiful penetrating move to the hoop, Marv.
Bryant with the shot, and Kobe Bryant got the roll.
Spectacular athleticism, Marvin. He is just so skilled.
Nash fires one up.
NBA players are too good shooters, Marv, to leave wide open like that. They're going to make that shot 9 times out of 10.
Oh, the steal. 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And Grant Hill got the roll.
Defensively, your main objective is to keep the ball away from the hoop. They've got to tighten that up, Marv.
Open opportunity. And Radmanovic is able to score. Here's the switch. And scores. Well, as the first quarter draws to a close, the Suns lead by 12. Steve, this club has played so well on the road, but I don't think they'd expect what took place here in the first quarter.
I think you're right, Marv. This is a tired team. They've been on the road for a while, so pretty inspired effort here in the first quarter. They've gotten off to a terrific start.
Bryant, who has lots of space.
Good move there, Marv. Anytime you're down, you've got to attack the rim. You can't settle for long jump shots. I like that.
Here's the switch. And Steve Nash able to knock it home.
Marv, this team is showing no defensive effort whatsoever. They give up a wide open look to a great shooter.
Nash working on the perimeter. Here's the switch. Nash gets it across. Here's Bryant. And Kobe Bryant able to hit.
Marv, when you face this kind of deficit, it's important to get any easy baskets that you can. Nice job taking advantage of the opportunity.
Here's the switch. He hit it. Fisher running the club. Here come the Suns. Here's Nash. And able to knock it down. Strips it. Took it away. Phoenix moves it across. Does not take it to the bucket. Instead hits a three. That's a 9-0 run for the Suns.
There is utter silence in this building, Marv, and for a visiting player, there is no sweeter sound.
Final minute of the quarter. Suns up by 18. Phoenix gets it across, and Roger Bell got the roll.
Well, you wonder how a team falls behind by so much. It's this kind of defense, Marv. Just give him a layup, why don't you?
Nice pass inside. And Shaquille O'Neal blows the layup. Down to a half minute remaining in the half. Suns up by 20. Here come the Suns. And the field goal.
Well, this is atrocious coaching. You're getting pounded, and you just continue to allow your team to get beaten to a pulp without calling a timeout. Unbelievable.
Fisher gets it inside and rebounded by O'Neal. O'Neal finds the room. Final seconds, and he'll fire it up from beyond half court. That's the end of quarter number 2. The Suns lead by 24. The Suns in total command as we head to the second half. Is there a danger here, though? Can guys get lax as they take a look at the scoreboard?
Well, we see it all the time in the NBA, Marv. You give up a big lead by being too comfortable, and I think this club has to continue to be intense at both ends of the floor, spread the offense, share the ball, and continue to have solid offensive execution.
Here's O'Neal. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Suns up by 26. That's his first miss of the night. Here's O'Neal.
Well, no matter what the strategy coming into a ball game, Marv, everything in basketball comes down to valuing the ball and making the most of each possession. You've got to rebound, you've got to defend, you got to take care of the ball. And that's a careless mistake there.
O'Neal again. Nice entry pass. And Lamar Odom right back. Nash playing the point. Here's the switch. Yes.
Marv, when they go back and look at the tape of this one, they're going to be flat out embarrassed. Nobody is giving any effort defensively.
And Pau Gasol not able to score. And Lamar Odom got the roll. Nash at the point. Here's Nash. And Steve Nash able to knock it down.
When you give up wide open shots all night long, Marv, you're going to get blown out, and that's exactly what's happened here tonight.
Nash whips it over. Here's Hill. And Grant Hill able to flip it home. Here's Bryant. And he puts it down.
Marv, I think he's trying to help our telecast. He knows everybody's turning the game off right now, but who knows, if they whittle down this lead a little bit, maybe people will keep their TVs on.
Fisher moving to the front court. Here's Odom. Gasol gets inside.
Well, this club cannot afford any more turnovers, Marv. They're trailing big. They've got to start getting some kind of a groove offensively, so it's time to start taking care of the basketball.
Yes. Fisher with a nice pass. And Pau Gasol got the roll. Seconds remaining of the quarter. Here's the switch and scores. And here we have the end of the third quarter. The Suns lead by 33. Steve, I tell you, you have to be impressed with what we have seen in a hostile environment. This club has played so well as we head to the fourth quarter.
Well, they've taken this home crowd right out of the ballgame, Marv. In fact, I see a lot of people beginning to file out of here, and it's been the defensive effort that's been most impressive. They're diving on the floor for loose balls. They're sliding over, rotating well, closing out, and helping each other. What an impressive performance.
Fisher setting up, and a foul is called. Odom on a catch and shoot. 2.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Suns up by 33. And Grant Hill got the roll. Odom again.
That's been an atrocious offensive performance, Marv. This club getting blown out, and when you don't make shots, that's going to happen.
Fisher firing. And Derek Fisher with the bucket. Nash on the pull-up.
Another great offensive possession, Marv. This is a team that's really executing tonight. A wide open look, and that's his spot right there.
Here's Odom. Nash looking for the three. Here's Odom. Here's Odom.
Now it's the story of the night, Marv. The ball just has not gone into the hoop, even when they've gotten offensive rebounds and tried for second chance points.
Here come the Lakers. Here's Bryant, and he gets the friendly roll. Phoenix moves it across, and Grant Hill right back.
Well, it's been the story of the night, Marv. They finally contest a shot, but still an easy hoop.
Pass intercepted. For three. Does not take it to the bucket. Instead hits a three. That's a 12-4 run for the Suns.
Well, you wonder, Marv, is this team going to fight at all tonight? It looks like they're just accepting defeat, and I'm going to question the character and mental toughness of this club. They look like they've flat out quit.
Open shot. He took it away. Yes.
Once again, Marv, an easy hoop, and that's pretty much been the story of the evening. This game wasn't even competitive.
Here's a steal. 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. 20 seconds left in the quarter. The Suns up by 41. Bryant has the hot hand. Here come the Suns. He fires from downtown. He hit it. And he flings it. This ball game is over. The final score is 78-34.
The Suns came up huge here tonight, Marv, in this pressure-packed one-game elimination format.
Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr saying so long from Staples Center.
Okay, good. Things didn't freeze. That's a good thing. All right, final game. We going against? Pistons, huh? Let's do it.
Coming to you live from the Palace of Auburn Hills. At Auburn Hills, it's the deciding game of the NBA Finals between the Detroit Pistons and the Phoenix Suns. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr.
Phoenix has come a long way, Marv. Here they are in the finals. It's a one-game series. They're going to have to give their best effort if they're going to come away with the championship.
Starting at guard, number 1, Chauncey Billups. Starting at forward, number 36, Rasheed Wallace.
All right, we're getting started. For 3, yes.
Well, as a coach, I mean, that's what you want. You want to get players in areas where they're comfortable, and you know, guys that talented and that good, they're going to make a high percentage of those shots.
Nash with a wide-open shot.
Boy, what a gifted player he is, Marv. A terrific athletic play.
Billups directing traffic. 2-on-1. Nash again. And the field goal.
Great job offensively, Marv, running the lanes and finding the open man in transition. And that's a big basket here in the early going.
Nash with the open shot. Nice play. Here's Wallace. Nash fires one up and rebounded by Prince. Billups, nice move. Here's Billups and gets the friendly roll. Here's Nash, and Steve Nash right back.
He can make that one in his sleep, Marv. I mean, that's his comfort zone, and I don't care what you do defensively. If he gets in that spot, he's going to make that 9 times out of 10.
McDyess fires it out. Off the mark.
Marv, keep an eye on second chance opportunities as the game goes along. Offensive rebounds could be the difference in the game.
That's a 13-4 run for the Suns.
Well, things are getting a little out of hand, Marv. I think this club needs a timeout because if they're not careful, they're going to get blown right out of here.
Open shot. And Steve Nash with the bucket.
Boy, we've seen him make that shot so often from that spot. That's one of the areas on the floor that he just loves. Even with the defense all over him, he's able to drain it.
Hamilton posting his way. And Rip Hamilton able to knock it down. Open opportunity. And Steve Nash is able to score. How often do we see Steve Nash set up shots for himself by probing, which makes it so difficult for the defense?
He gets anywhere he wants on the dribble, Marv, and if he doesn't have an open teammate, then he just creates his own shot, which I think is one of the purest in the NBA.
We're down to 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Suns up by 9. Here's the switch, and able to knock it down. Steve, from the defender's point of view, it is so difficult to deal with Steve Nash. Do you play for the outside shot? Do you play for the penetration?
And that's the dilemma, Marv, because regardless of what you do, he's got the counter. And I think that what most teams try to do is not let him get to the hoop, but he'll stand outside and knock down 25-footers all day.
The first quarter is in the books. The Suns lead by 15. Well, what a disappointing start, but certainly lots of time remaining. How do they get back into this?
Well, they've got to get the crowd back into the game, Marv. That's such a big part of this home court advantage for this club. So the way to do that, make some stops, get out in transition, try to get some easy hoops here in the second quarter. I don't know how this club expects to get back into the game if they continue to throw the ball around and not value each possession. They need solid execution if they're going to get back into it.
That's an 8-0 run for the Suns.
Marv, how can you not even compete? Already getting blown out, and this team continues to not get back defensively, giving up this huge run. This is a total embarrassment.
Not able to hit the three. It's a 3-on-1. They double up. Here's O'Neal.
I don't think you can expect to win a basketball game when you give up hoop after hoop after hoop.
And gets the friendly roll.
Finally, an easy basket for this club, Marv. They have really fallen behind here, but maybe that'll get them going.
And Steve Nash able to hit.
Well, why do you even have a coach if he's not going to call a timeout and give his team some advice? His club on the wrong end of a run, and he just continues to do nothing.
O'Neal with the shot.
Terrific offense, Marv. They get an easy bucket because of solid execution.
A minute and a half remaining in the second. Suns up by 19. It's a 2-on-1. Nash on the hop. Yes.
Well, where is the focus, Marv? You're down big, trying to get back into the game. You can't just carelessly give the ball away, and that leads to an easy two at the other end.
And Rip Hamilton comes up short. Here come the Suns.
Well, it's turnovers like that one that has put this team in the position it's in now, trailing and really not able to get anything going offensively.
And Steve Nash with the bucket. A minute remaining in the quarter. Suns up by 23. Wallace on a quick release. It's a 3-on-2. Here's the switch. And Steve Nash able to drill it. Phillips at the point. Strips it. Took it away. Here's Nash. And the bucket. And timeout called late in this first half. Nice entry pass. And Rasheed Wallace not able to hit. Down to 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Suns up by 26. Nash moving it across. He fires from downtown. Well, at the half, the Suns lead by 26. The Suns with an inspired performance in the first half. I think we've reached extensive garbage time at this point of the game.
Yeah, which is dangerous because there's still 24 minutes, but you have to worry about this team's focus. With the huge lead, we know there's a great party after the game tonight. The players are,
really?
are they? Well, I'm going. I don't know if you got your invitation.
I did not get the invitations.
Well, I'll tell you all about it later, but the players are all very excited about this party. Can they maintain their focus the rest of the way?
Phillips handling the ball. Rebound by Bell. 3-on-2.
Well, you've got to give your rebounder a lane for an outlet pass, Marv. They did so there. That led to the advantage at the other end.
Wallace with the open shot. Here come the Suns. And he finishes with some flair.
Beautiful transition basketball, the nice outlet leading to the numbers at the other end. That's how this team has built this lead.
Prince fires it, and Tayshaun Prince able to knock it home. Nash, who has been red hot. The Pistons will get it back. A A minute and a half remaining in the third. Suns up by 30. Here's Wallace. Oh, what an outlet pass, whipping it down. Hill pulls it up.
That's it. There's a nice job. Really fight back when you're down big. Way to battle.
Billups accelerating. Here's Billups. Final minute of this third quarter. Suns up by 30. Nash feeling it. Yes. Billups moving to the front court.
They walk any slower. Hanging out. They're waiting for me to come back over there. Here I am.
Nice pass inside. And Rasheed Wallace got the roll.
Where has that been all
Oh
night?
man, am I
Obviously,
tired today.
total disaster offensively, but still plenty of time. They can get back into this.
Nash for three. He hit it.
Timeout, huh?
And timeout call.
You guys glitch a bit in this
the
game,
third
like,
quarter.
you know.
2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Wallace takes to the rim.
Now, this team just hasn't been able to figure out a way to get the ball in the basket all night. There's another miss there.
Here's the switch. O'Neal firing. 5 seconds remaining. Open opportunity. Beautiful shot.
Hello, go get the ball. One more quarter to go.
So after 3, the Suns lead by 32. Well, Steve, we're set to get underway here in the fourth quarter, and I tell you, if you are coming in as the road team and you play this well, it has to feel so good.
Well, I think this was pretty unexpected, Marv, to be able to come into this building and get a lead like this heading into the fourth. And what this might do, Marv, is it may allow this club to rest some of its starters as it heads towards the next game.
Billups
What next
working
game?
up
This is the
high.
finals.
Here's
Talking about.
Hamilton. And
This is where we
Hamilton
crush them
able
and
to
get our
knock it
cup.
down.
Trophy.
Here's the switch.
Be the winners.
Billups setting it up. Delivery to Prince and scores. Not able to hit.
Once again, Marv, easy penetration to the rim. Defense very fortunate there.
Wallace fires. And he finishes with some flair.
Well, if you want to win in the NBA, Marv, you've got to defend. I haven't seen any defense tonight from this club.
Here's the switch. Beautiful defensive move. Nash trying to stay in front of him. Here's Hamilton. And Rip Hamilton got the roll. A minute and a half remaining in the fourth. Suns up by 32. And Grant Hill is able to score.
They've just given up way too many easy points here tonight, Marv. Penetration, offensive rebounds, you name it.
Wallace with a quick release.
Let's send him packing. Almost time.
Here's the steal. Nash off the steal, fires. Handled by Billups. And the steal. Nash off the steal, fires. Here's Wallace. And the field goal. Wallace is 8 for 13 from the field. Nash with room for 3. And timeout taken late here in the 4th. Hamilton walks it across. Open shot. And Shaquille O'Neal will put it home.
That's it. Just show class here. You're already up huge. Might as well get a few more easy baskets and really humiliate your opponent.
Phillips looking to set up, and a foul is called.
Why not make it a little exciting at the end?
Hamilton with a nice pass. And he scores, getting the friendly roll. Here's the switch. And Steve Nash able to hit. This quarter running down, and he'll throw up a prayer from way downtown. It is all over. The Suns have won the title. What a performance by this ball club. Now, Steve, you can relate to what's going on here on the court.
The Suns have done it, Marv. They've pulled it off. They've won the championship, and this is what you work so hard for in the offseason.
So for Steve Kerr, I'm Marv Albert saying so long from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
There we go. There's a trophy. Again, we win. One more NBA Live game to go on the PSP. We'll save again, because why not? I don't know. Sure. And then we'll run the credits, and that'll be it. Oh, wait, no. Exit. Sounds better. If I change speed in this one, it's different buttons. I think they kind of have a pause button if you want to look at certain things, the credits. What music? All right. Okay, there we go. Good. Another NBA Live game down. Alright, guys, that'll do it for now. And for NBA Live... Wait, no. Not do it for now. Alright, guys, that is NBA Live 09 for the Sony PlayStation Portable, the PSP.